Hello everyone, this is Gorax and today I'm gonna show you how I've done over 6 billion damage on my whale account. I'll go over the updated teams, and remember, this is phase 1. Once we hit phase 2, everything will change. And if you want your account to be as whalish as this one, make sure you use Gorax1 code on this website here to get free rewards, and in December, Helio Light Dice as well. Alright, first things first, the Sketius team, Burn team that did over 1.6 billion damage. Some players with this team managed to do 1.9 billion damage, but sadly the gear, the equipment this season is not good for this account. So, what's happening here, we're gonna use Berengar. Berengar, as you know, I already covered this strategy previously, but I did adjust a few things. Mainly, I swapped equipment on beaks. I put 3 ears on beaks with crown, and I put witch's remain with emissary on carve. This was the only change, but as you can see, the equipment I have on Durham is rather weak. Same with Asketius. There are people who have like 6,000 attack on Asketius, which is pretty impossible to do with my equipment. And I'm gonna show you 2 different timings that I've done. Previous score that I saved yesterday was using all timings. Today, during the recording of this video, I changed the timings, and as you can see, I managed to do more damage, 1.7 billion done. So my old skill timings were as follow. We started with Berengar on 30-second rotation, 16.5 on Asketius with 15-second rotation, 16 with Durham on 30-second rotation, 12.5 on Carve with 30-second, and 12.4 on Bigs. And the new improved timings, thanks to Liverov. Make sure, guys, you go to his channel and subscribe. He's doing amazing guys as well, so you can find different views. Most of mine is done on the test server, while his is on global, so his account is a little bit stronger and it will show you good results. So these are the timings he used, and what happens here is we're using Berengar. Remember, if you don't have Berengar, use Huldork. People have been using him and they were doing 1.5 billion damage using the same timings. Just replace Huldork, and if you want to know more about the Huldork build, go and see his channel. Amazing guy there. And then we have Asketius at 20-second with 15-second rotation, Durham at 20.2, Carve at 20.1, and Bigs at 20. So as you can see, we moved the timings forward to utilize that damage window and be able to squeeze out just a tiny bit more damage. My second highest damage was done with the Salmon team, and this team can do over 1.6 billion damage. There's a trick that I didn't figure out yet, but some players using Ilvanis Inspiration 5 has done so. So I need to figure that out, and that will be good. But for the time being, let me quickly show you what I've changed. I didn't change much when it comes to equipment. Mostly Cinderella. I used as much attack to her as possible with this set. So as you can see, she doesn't have 3 ear set anymore. It's Earzilas who has that. And I tried Earzilas with Hourglass and with Crown, and the Hourglass setup does more damage. We keep Bernate with the Crown, we keep Bernate with the Iceberg Guardian. This is basically following the same idea, as well as this set. So when the wearer is inflicted with a negative effect, there's 50% chance of inflicting recharge speed penalty. So to proc this, you need to ensure that the minions do survive first wave. So when she gets this debuff applied, she will apply that for the extra 10%, and then obviously you will kill all the minions. Lelvan is built with this stats, as there are a few Lelvanis with like plus 400% crit damage, and those are doing that 1.6 billion damage. So once again, the equipment is not helping me. And then there's this Dark Lady here. So if you're using the recharge speed penalty gloves, this is what you will be looking at when it comes to the timings. And when you're not, just remove the 30 seconds of the cast and make it like this, as that will work nicely. My third highest damage, 1.1 billion, was done with the Poison team, and in here I didn't change much compared to my original video. I only improved the equipment, and I have high inspiration heroes, as well as improved timings slightly. Now remember, we can improve this damage probably by playing Vikana on manual, but the damage improvement might be like 100 million, so it's up to you if it's worth it. I just don't like playing manually at this level. So let's have a look at this team skill timings. So 12 second on Vicana, 13.5 on Corin, 12.2 on Twitch, Durango and 12.1 with 15 second rotation. Remember, we built him with crit rate to ensure he has enough. And Ogok, that's the change, 21 instead of 15 I had previously, and 15 second rotation. Now you need to make sure your Ogok has a lot of skill haste. Over 100 is preferential. So, you have Puppeteer set as well as the Gatekeeper staff to ensure you have all that resistance. And then you also share this talent through, as this will help you with getting extra energy. If you can't make 15 second rotation, you'll need to change this talent. So if I go to the talents, since I can do it, it's easier. But if you can't, make sure you use this talent. The next team is Rally, and the Rally team is quite annoying because you need to manually cast Filto Ultimate to maximize the damage of the team. This team is able to do between 500 million if you're not manually casting Filto's Ultimate, and 738 the damage that I've done if you are manually casting Filto. So that's the annoying part. These timings that I put help me to achieve that damage, but still, to maximize it, you really need to auto, unless you find the ideal haste between all of your heroes so you can play it on auto. So as you can see, playing automatically reduces the damage by over 100 million. So yes, try and manually cast Filto's Ultimate to maximize your damage. Also, ensure you're using the right aura, because I wasn't in that previous fight, so crit damage aura is better at this team. And for those of you who are lazy, these are the skill timings that you need to follow to have fun automatically playing this fight. But keep in mind, it will require a lot of haste on Donella as well as Jillian. Now, in my previous videos, I showed you multiple different teams that can do well, but not the best, like Frost team that has been nerfed since the Chinese version of the game due to the talent change for the Frost heroes. So in China, they were doing over 1 billion damage. I couldn't do it here. I also showed you a few different formations of the Wild, Dauntless, Thunderbolt, etc. But I didn't show you this team. So this is a poison team that can do over 550 million damage. However, it's very hard to build, because while it's a high investment team, the damage they do doesn't really reflect what they should be doing, but that's mainly because we're using scraps. Okay, so as you can see, this is a poison team. And we are already using the strongest damage dealers in a separate team. However, if you have Lothier and Reta, both which are really hard to get, and this Sly guy as well, this team will work for you and will work better than your Wild team, even Inspiration 5 Flora's teams, because that's what this Akan has, and the Inspiration 5 Flora is just not doing that kind of damage. So yeah, as I said, 550 million possible with this team. So Lothier here, we're gonna use Reta with the Crown and Emissary set. We're gonna use Dench with the Titan's Ribcage to boost the damage. He's here also applying poison, and we have Slate with Witch's Remain as well as a slightly damage to get this extra damage. Since we're using Ogok, Elzor, Nathaniel will be our support here, granting us Solar King Horn as well as extra damage. And as you can see here in this fast simulation, 525 million, which is solid. So let me show you the timings of this team quickly as well. So there you go, 30-second rotation across the board. We got Reta at 11.7, Nathaniel at 12, then we got Slate at 12.1, and Dench at 12.2, and delayed Lothier. Remember, delaying him to have enough poison as well as smack with the damage. And then we're moving on to an Ice Blast team, and this Ice Blast team differs from the one I showed you, because obviously we got more data, more people were testing, which helps us create better teams. So I changed the supports. I had Vinyara and Velocia previously. This time around, I'm gonna have Sagomir in the team with Hourglass. We want him at 15-second rotation. I also had Ardref here, to basically help us with healing, and later on cleansing in phase 2 as well, with 3-year set, as well as this 12% more damage when she shields. Beldel, we have Sheena, and Zorak, the trio Zorak with Titan's Rip once again to ensure we have that extra 15% damage increase. And yesterday this team did over 519 million damage, which is solid for a single target. And when it comes to skill timings, we're playing it on default. Now, there are a few ways you can improve this team. I mean, try and see what works best for you. Remember, with Sagomir, depending on who you place first, that character, that hero is getting the carrot. So you can try it with Beldel being the first one on the battlefield, or Shina, Zorak. Just see which one of them first on the battlefield will give you the most damage output, as that's the most important thing. And these are my 6 teams that were able to do over 6 billion damage in a single day in the end game of Season 2 Mekkatorque. Yes, I know how to pronounce it. I was only using a meme previously in previous videos. Once again, let me know in the comment section down below which teams you used and how much damage you scored, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay safe. Bye.